Everybody, welcome to the channel. We are not in the garage. We're actually in the kitchen. This is my dishwasher, and we're going to be working on this today. Before I jump into that, I challenge you to watch at least the next 30 seconds of this video. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. It's not a car video, but YouTube algorithm seems like everybody dumps off in the first 30 seconds. So if you just watch it for like another 30 seconds and maybe give it a thumbs up, it'll really help my channel out. But let's get back to the dishwasher. So why are we looking in here? Well, you can't really see it very well until I do this. Yep, there's a pool of water underneath, and it happens about every 2 days or so. And we are going to be replacing the water inlet valve on this dishwasher. I'm going to show you how to do that. So a little bit on how I know that's what it is or what it likely is and what I've already done to try to rule it out. So first of all, obviously there's water filling up in the dishwasher overnight. And for me, it takes about 2 days for water to get up above the screen. And this morning it's actually a little bit more than usual. And I don't know if you can, well, you can't really see because it's all the same color, but the water's kind of up to the lip of the dishwasher. And if I were to let it go probably all day, they'll start actually flowing out onto the floor very slowly. But it's a very slow leak, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. So I can run the dishwasher. Actually, for me, I hit run and then I hit stop, and that automatically goes to a drain cycle. It'll drain the dishwasher out, and I'm good for another couple of days. But first thing I did is obviously the top of the screen, make sure that it's clear of any debris, it's not clogged, and then there's a filter or a screen back there. You can actually take that off and you can get your hand down in there. That's where the impeller for the pump itself is, and you can reach down there. Turn the power off first, just in case. Clean out any debris that might be in there as well. You can take the spinning arms off here, just lift up and find the right orientation, and do it one-handed. But these just come right out. You can see there's a screen up there as well. Clean that screen, and then your float switch is right underneath, for me anyways, underneath this cap. One screw there. Can remove the cap. Just make sure it's freely going up and down. But the dishwasher works fine, other than this water showing up. So I really don't think it's operation. And then all of the filters and everything were clean. Your dishwasher might have different screens, more of them, depends on what kind it is, but just make sure it's all clean. Then the next thing that I checked is actually on the floor, and more specifically, take off the bottom kick panel. There's two screws or bolts, like mine's uses a 1/4 inch socket or a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Take those out, pull this panel off, and look underneath, do an inspection. And I'll show you that here later when I do the replacement. But you want to look, is there water on the floor underneath there? Is there anything dripping? Maybe it's your pump or something else that's leaking. But mine is completely dry underneath there. So then I come under the sink, and you can see that larger clear hose back there, right up on kind of above the water line. That's the discharge hose from the dishwasher, and it runs out from the kind of the bottom, and then comes up and around and connects to the garbage disposal, and that's where the discharge for the dishwasher goes. So a couple things there, from what I've read, there's a check valve of some sort in the dishwasher to prevent the drain water from flowing back into the dishwasher. That makes sense. Well, those check valves can fail or leak, and that could be the source of your problem, especially if you don't have this up and over type loop in your discharge hose. So initially, when I first looked at this, my discharge hose was just coming around and going straight into here without this big kind of up and over loop. And that was one of the, it's kind of like an inverse P-trap, really. And if you have this in place, the water should not be able to rush from the garbage disposal, either backflow of the drain from the dishwasher, or just when you fill the dishwasher up with water, or the garbage disposal up with water, it shouldn't be able to drain back if you've got this type of inverse P-trap going on. I didn't have that. Thought maybe that was my problem. I rerouted it. You can see I've got I don't know if you can actually see it, but I've got it zip tied up there to one of the hoses from for the sink, just to hold it in place. But we're still having the problem. So I think I've ruled out drainage or reverse flow from the discharge. The water in here is also clear. It's not like dirty looking, and it's also pretty cool, like came out of the cold water faucet, not more lukewarm, which is what I would kind of expect from
discharge water to be. So it all makes me think that it's fresh water leaking in and not discharge water.
So if you've checked all of those things and you still have water seeping into your bottom of your dishwasher, the next thing is the water inlet valve. It's actually pretty cheap for the menu on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the video description, but from Amazon, the OEM from GE in this case, about 50 bucks. You can get them much cheaper than that, like half the price. I'm going with one of the half price options just because if it lasts another year or two, that'll be great for this particular dishwasher. I'm not gonna cry over it. Um, and then drain the water out, and then go replace it. I guess one last thing, I'm telling you what my symptoms are. If you have a fully blocked open inlet valve and water just comes pouring in, um, that's probably maybe even easier to figure out that's what's going on. And especially if the power's off, because it's a solenoid valve. So if the power's off and water's still flowing in, and this is obviously something you want to take care of as well, because this float over here cuts off water into the dishwasher when the washer's running, but there's nothing that it will do for you to save your floor in your house from water just rushing in from a stuck open valve. So that's really the main reason getting after it now. But let's go take care of it. All right, with the kick panel off, first just take a look underneath, really looking for just water or anything that looks weird or off or broken, and you can see there's no evidence of any water back underneath here. Everything is nice and dry. And then you want to identify where your water inlet valve is. And for this dishwasher, most of them, as I understand it, facing the dishwasher, it's on the left-hand side, um, kind of in the front. And you can see that elbow with the pipe tape on it there. That is the bottom of the water inlet valve. And you can see right in the center now, there are two screws or bolt heads there. That is holding the bracket in place for the water inlet valve. So that's what we'll be removing. So it's really a couple of bolts and a couple of pipe fittings, and the thing gets replaced. So here's a view of the new one. This is like looking at it just like we were underneath the dishwasher. And you can see there is the bottom of the valve. There's a screen on the inlet, that elbow. It doesn't come with one. You're going to take it off of the old valve and put it onto this new one. That's where the electrical connection is. It's one connector that just pulls apart, and then that is where the hose goes that goes up into the dishwasher. So before we do any work on the dishwasher at this point, we want to remove power. It's just safer that way in general, but then we're disconnecting that one electrical connection. It'd probably be fine if you didn't, but really the best is to disconnect the power. For me, it's just the switch right here under the sink. For you, it might be plugged into an outlet either under the sink or somewhere else, but or it could even be a breaker out in the garage or somewhere that you have to trip. But I would turn the dishwasher off, remove power from it before you take the next step. Back under the dishwasher, we're going to remove in this case, it's the red connector off of the bottom of the valve, and then remove the two bolts that are holding it in place. And you should be able to slip the bracket out of the frame of the dishwasher and pull it forward, and you can get access to the tubing. I don't have enough slack, at least on my dishwasher, to pull the valve completely out in front of the dishwasher. So the next thing to do is to reach in there and remove the spring clamp from with the hose that goes up to the dishwasher. Remove that spring clamp back off of the hose, and then push the rubber hose off of the um, top part of the valve, the plastic body of the valve. If it's anything like an automotive hose, like that's held on like that, is probably going to be stuck a bit to the valve. So using a screwdriver or something to kind of break it free, twist that rubber hose to get it loose, and then it should pop off. And wouldn't surprise me if some water doesn't come out as well when I pull that hose off. All right, the next step is to remove the water supply line from the valve. But before you do that, make sure you turn off the water supply to the dishwasher. Find that water supply line. Mine is underneath the sink. It has its own connection, and it's just a quarter turn connection for me. Turn it off. Now there's no more water supply going to the dishwasher. That hose still has water in it though. So again, expect some when you come out when you disconnect it. But if you don't turn the water off, you will get a big gush of water when you start loosening up that connection. With the water turned off, now it's just a crescent wrench or a small pair of pliers or a regular wrench to disconnect the supply line from the bottom of that elbow fitting. With the old valve out, now use a crescent wrench or regular wrench to pull the elbow off of the old valve so you can put it on the new one. Just comparing the old and the new, you can see the brackets are basically the same, but the original one, the bracket is longer, and because of that, the where that dishwasher hose connects is, I guess, further back under the dishwasher a little bit. These two pipe sizes are the same, but the electrical connector on top of the solenoid is in a different location, but it should still work. This one, see, it was in the dishwasher like this, so it was pointing kind of straight down to the ground, and this one is going to be just canted over a little bit, so it should all still reach and be fine, but they are slightly different. But Amazon says that they are interchangeable, so we'll see. So I cleaned the old Teflon tape out of the threads of that elbow fitting, put some new new Teflon tape, pipe tape on both sides of the threads of that elbow. I'll leave a link for a video I found useful a while ago on how to use and apply Teflon tape if you had any questions about that or if it's new to you. But put some tape on it, and then it's just threading the elbow back into the new valve, the new bracket, and you want to have the inlet for the water supply to be pointing in the same direction as the output for the dishwasher, the tube going up to the dishwasher. So then installation of the new valve is the same as, well, but backwards of removing it. So we'll do the supply line first, get that really good and tight, then do the line that goes up to the dishwasher. Make sure you get that spring clamp back in place when you're done, then the electrical, and then you can put it up and bolt it in place. All right, and we've got the new valve installed, bolts are tightened, electric is connected, water supply line is on, and there's no water dripping, so water supply is nice and tight. Now just run a quick test wash, make sure it all works well, and we will be done. Well, that is a good sound. We're running a quick rinse cycle, and I don't know if you can hear it, but there's water washing around inside the dishwasher. The inlet supply, water inlet valve is working great. There's no water underneath the dishwasher, so we're going to call that a successful replacement. Going to put the kick panel back on and call that a day. So if this video has been helpful, appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and this really should work for pretty much any dishwasher. You'll have to get the specific one that works for your model number. So I'll leave a link to a couple of appliance parts websites you can go to look up your particular dishwasher model, figure out which valve you need. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Access is a little bit limited, but you can do this one yourself, no problem. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, y'all take care and have a good one.